Guys, Megyn Kelly just dropped the most explosive revelations about Tyler Robinson that changed everything we thought we knew about this case. What she uncovered about his college radicalization and the role his transgender partner played could change everything for this investigative case. And stick around because the video clips I'm about to show you will completely blow your mind. Before we dive in, I need to tell you, the Charlie Kirk case is still going on, so there are high chances by the time you would watch my video, latest developments might have surfaced online. So make sure to verify every claim before making your opinions. So first, I'll reveal exactly what Megyn Kelly discovered about Robinson's college indoctrination that everyone's been hiding. Second, you'll see the actual Discord messages and bullet engravings that prove this was ideologically motivated. Third, I'll expose how his family became heroes by turning him in, and what really happened during those final confrontation moments. Don't click away, because later, what I reveal in the last few minutes, I reveal how Megyn and Candace Owens broke down live after knowing about this tragedy. So let me give you the background for those just catching up. On September 10th, 2025, 22-year-old Tyler Robinson allegedly assassinated conservative activist Charlie Kirk during a speaking event at Utah Valley University. Robinson fired a single shot from 200 yards away using a high-powered bolt-action rifle. Here's where this gets absolutely insane. According to Megyn Kelly's analysis, Robinson's family told investigators he had become more political in recent years. But guys, when I first heard Kelly's take on this, I couldn't believe what she was suggesting.
We want to talk about circumstantial evidence on radicalization. There's zero for this kid being MAGA or a Republican or in any way in favor of Donald Trump. There's plenty of him hating Donald Trump. People are like, oh, he was just a gamer. The fact that he wrote these things on the bullets just show he was nothing but a gamer. Yeah. Okay, you missed the part where, again, he wrote them on bullets with which he shot Charlie Kirk.
Kelly didn't hold back. They said he had become more political in recent years. Now, how did that happen? What did he do in recent years? He went to college. Guess what college does? There's actually video footage of Robinson getting his scholarship notification. Honestly, when I watched this clip, something felt very off. His mother can be heard celebrating in the background, but Robinson himself looks incredibly awkward and uncomfortable. Kelly suggested he might be someplace on the spectrum based on his behavior in the video. And if you think that's shocking, wait until you hear this bombshell. Utah Governor Spencer Cox revealed that Robinson was in a romantic relationship with his roommate, a biological male transitioning to female.
Told the Wall Street Journal that it is, quote, very clear to us and to the investigators that this was a person who was deeply indoctrinated with leftist ideology. Can you elaborate on that and be more specific?
Well, sure. So that information comes from the people around him, from his family members and friends. That's how we got that information. Again, there's so much more that we're learning and so much more that we will learn. There will be official charges will be filed on Tuesday, and there will be much more evidence and information available then. And again, we're interviewing all kinds of people, everyone that knows him, and trying to learn more about what that motive actually was.
This detail becomes incredibly significant when you consider Robinson's apparent hatred for Charlie Kirk's views, including his positions on transgender issues. The roommate has been cooperating with authorities and reportedly had no idea Robinson was planning the attack. But here's what's really disturbing. Discord has confirmed they found Robinson's text messages with a friend discussing the shooting, though no Discord server was responsible for influencing his motives. The evidence from Robinson's Discord communications is absolutely damning. According to court documents, Robinson sent messages to his roommate that revealed the full scope of his planning. Messages about retrieving a rifle from drop point, references to leaving the rifle in a bush, communications about visually watching the area where a rifle was left, a message about having left the rifle wrapped in a towel. These weren't random messages. This was methodical planning over time. Here's where the political motivation becomes undeniable. Law enforcement found these specific engravings on the bullet casings. Fired casing 1, "Hey, fascist, catch," with arrow symbols. Unfired casing 2, "Bella Ciao." The FBI tracked Robinson's movements with incredible detail.
Video that they released last night, we talked about it in great detail on Morning Update, AM Update, but we don't do video on that show. And I'll show it to you here. The video that was released by the law enforcement last night, and I think to my team, this is video too. So it shows them zeroing in, and then they show the rooftop, and you can see him. He was first prone, he runs across the roof, he hangs, there he is. If you just check your top right of your screen, he's now into like the white corner of that. There he is. Now he's about to get down off the roof. He dangles for a couple seconds. Here it is, 1, 2, 3, and he's down. 4 seconds. By the way, they said they got a handprint on the top of that roof and they got a footprint from the grass. That handprint will be directly traceable to somebody. And they definitely got handprints from the inside of the stairwell when he walked up to get to this roof, because that's where they got the still shots from.
11:50 a.m. First captured on campus surveillance. 12:15 p.m. Entered the building. 12:17 p.m. Climbed onto the roof. 12:22 p.m. Took prone shooting position. 4 p.m. Escaped by jumping off the roof. The footage shows him walking with a distinctive limp initially. Investigators believe because he had the rifle concealed. But once on the roof, that limp disappeared completely. The arrest happened in just 33 hours. What FBI Director Kash Patel called a historic time period. They received over 11,000 tips from the public after releasing Robinson's photos. When they found Robinson at his family's $600,000 six-bedroom home in Washington, Utah, he was still wearing clothes consistent with the surveillance footage from the shooting. In one of the most heartbreaking moments, Charlie Kirk's widow, Erica, made her first public statement, vowing to continue the movement Charlie started.
You should all know this. If you thought that my husband's mission was powerful before, you have no idea. You have no idea what you just have unleashed across this entire country and this world. You have no idea. You have no idea the fire that you have ignited within this wife. The cries of this widow will echo around the world like a battle cry. To everyone listening tonight across America, the movement my husband built will not die. It won't. I refuse to let that happen. It will not die. All of us will refuse to let that happen. No one will ever forget my husband's name, and I will make sure of it. It will become stronger, bolder, louder, and greater than ever. My husband's mission will not end, not even for a moment. And one of Charlie's greatest talents was his ability, this phenomenal ability to choose great people to follow him.
But it's horribly disturbing that some people on TikTok actually accused Erica of faking tears during her first address to the nation. I mean, how can people mock something so tragic? Here's something that will give you chills. There's a resurfaced video where Charlie Kirk actually predicted that someone was ready to take his life.
At the core of the left, at the core of a liberal, is someone that would use the sword if they had it. They are very violent people at their core. They always have. They can't debate. They can't have conversation. So they'll resort to these tactics. They're going to do everything they possibly can to try to murder this movement because they can't beat us. So they're going to try to take weapons. And no, we're very aware of that. I'm aware of it. We have to have full-time security. This is not a joke. This is who these people are.
This makes the tragedy even more heartbreaking. He saw this coming. Even Candace Owens, who's usually composed, broke down live on her show because Charlie was like a brother to her. She shared personal Instagram stories showing moments where Charlie and Candace were singing songs together.
But I don't want today to be about anything other than you guys knowing that Charlie really was an amazing person. You know, he was like, we were really close. And he was my best friend and my brother. And I will never unsee the footage of what I saw.
Candace Owens, who previously worked with Charlie Kirk at Turning Point USA, had her YouTube live stream freeze tonight because more than 115,000 viewers tuned in.
Perhaps most telling was Megyn Kelly's own emotional response when she first heard the news of Charlie's
that he's dead at the age of 31, which he would have to be if that video was real.
There's no way he survived that. The only good thing is it had to have happened quickly.
Right.
Kelly actually cried live on air, showing how deeply this affected even seasoned journalists who cover tragedy regularly. Both Utah Governor Spencer Cox and President Trump have called for the death penalty. Trump was clear. I hope he gets the death penalty. Charlie Kirk was the finest person. He didn't deserve this.